Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Praveen and you are watching Techie Praveen. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a very small but very important topic, that is what is URI, URL and URN. Might be you have heard URI and URL, but you have not heard URN much because this word is not very common, right? So in this video, we're going to talk about these terminologies and we're going to deep down in these topics. So let's get started. So first one is URI. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. So if I come about the definition, so definition is a URI is a generic term for any identifier used to identify a resource either on the internet or somewhere else or elsewhere in namespace. So basically, URI is a broader term which includes URL and URN. So if something that is present on internet or elsewhere and you are trying to identify something, so you can use URI. That is a URI. If we're talking about the structure, so a URI can be further divided into URLs and URN, depending on whether it includes location information or is purely a name. So URI are further divided into URL and URNs, and URL included basically a properly location, and URN is only a providing a name. So example of URI is https www.example.com, that is URL. And if you're talking about URN, so it starts with URN, ISBN, and some numbers are there. In short, all URLs and URNs are URI, but not all the URIs are URLs or URNs. Okay, let's come up of URL. Yeah, that is very commonly used, and we are going to use this in upcoming videos. URL, Uniform Resource Locator. So as the name suggests, it's used for for locating something. So let's come up of the definition. So a URL is a specific type of URI that not identifies a resource but also provides information how to locate it. Typically involves a protocol and a path. So URL is you basically used for to locate something. So it always include protocol and a path to locate some values. So if we're talking about a structure, so our URL includes a scheme like HTTP, HTTPS, FTP. These are the protocols. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secured, and FTP File Transfer Protocol. So it's also if always include some protocols and a path. An optional host name or domain name, example www.example.com, an optional port number and a path to the resource. So it always includes some protocols like HTTPS, then we have a domain name, it also has some port numbers or a path to resource the information. If I talk about the purpose, so a URL is used when you need to specify how to access a resource, often involving a web address or network protocol. So basically, URL is usually used to locate some information inside the web. Example www.example.com index.html. So if you closely observe this, is HTTPS is your uh, protocol. www. Sorry www.example.com is a domain name and index.html is your path. This is a URL because it provides both the address and how to reach resource using the HTTP protocol. That is why it's a complete URL. Okay. If you're talking about the anatomy of a complex URL, so basically why I'm emphasizing on URL because we are going to work on the URL. So we need to understand it how exactly our URL works and how and what are the key component of a URL. Okay. So in front of your screen, you can easily see that there is a HTTPS blog smithysoft.com and then some numbers, resources, question mark, query, email marketing, hash, text, email, percentile to 20. So this will be a address to locate some files inside the browser. Okay, so HTTP stands for HTTP is a protocol, okay, a scheme, and then blog.smithysoft.com is completely is a domain name which again subdivided into subdomain. This is blog.com blog, and then Spinsoft is a second label domain, and .com is a top level domain. So you can say that this is a complete domain information which is further divided into subdomain, second level domain, or top level domain. Then we have a port number. If some numbers are there after domain, so it's known as a port number. And then we have a path, that is sources. And after question mark, everything that comes after question mark is that your query parameters. Query parameters. Okay. What is query parameter basically? Basically, query parameter is used to uh, search for a particular query, particular information inside this resource, inside the page. So that is the reason it's a question mark and then query, and then the parameter is email marketing. So basically, searching for email marketing inside this blogsmithysoft.com, port number 443, and then this is query parameters, and after hash text equals to email percentage 20 is known as a fragment. Okay, so our complex URL consists of these type of information. We need to learn this because we whenever we are trying to automate something, by using rest assured or any other framework, we need to understand these things to work efficiently. So let me again explain you. So a complex URL consists of many things like protocol, domain, port number, path, query parameters. Okay, this is a URL. If I'm talking about what is URN, so URN is a uniform resource name. So definition is a URN is another type of URI that uniquely identify a resource by name in a given namespace but does not specify how to locate or access the resource. Unlike URL, URLs are not tied to a specific location or protocol. Okay, so if you're talking about what is the difference between URL and URN, so URL always consists of some information of a website along with the location where it was preserved, and URN is only providing the uniform resource name, not providing the location where it was uh, preserved. Okay, so unlike URI, URIs are not specified to a specific location or protocol. If I'm talking about a structure, so a URN consists of a prefix URL. So always consists of a prefix URN followed by a namespace identifier and a unique name within that namespace. Purpose: URNs are typically used when you want to identify a resource by a persistent name that is independent of its location. Example, a book ISBN number. So example is URN, ISBN, and some numbers. So the UI identifies specific book using its ISBN without saying where or how to find it. So URN is only providing the name and does not provide the information that how to locate that. But in URL, it always provide the name, complete URL, and then it also provide the location where it was preserved. So URL consists of HTTP means its host name, its protocol, and then the path name, port number, or resource file. Okay, and URI consists of URL plus URNs. And the key of this summary is all URLs and URNs are URIs, but not all the URIs are URLs or URNs. Okay, because they may possible that some URIs does not have a proper name or some URIs also. Okay, so this is only for this video. I hope you like the video and I'm able to explain you what is URI, URL, and URN. Still, if you are facing any issue or you're not able to understand or you're getting confused somewhere, please let me know in the comment section. I will definitely try to solve your problem as soon as possible. And if you like my video, please try to subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you. Thanks a lot.